Hey guys, hello. Yes, guys, hi. My name is Swapnil, and I can see that we have some people joined here already. So we can take some names. I think it's Indriya at first, okay, and then we have Rikita Gupta. Okay, hey Indriya, hey Rikita, and we have Samyukta. Cool. And I believe there was another person named Ahmed. So Mr. Ahmed is also there, and Sonia Singh has joined us. Okay, guys, welcome. Let's wait for a few more minutes for some more participants to join us. Hey, Rikita, hello. Thank you. Okay, so, yeah, Sabir Ahmed is back. Hi, Sabir. Okay, guys, so let's wait for some time and then we'll start our session. Yes, guys. Hello. Are you able to hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, thank you. 𝐄𝐝𝐿𝐿 Kumar, hi. And then we have Melissa Toscano. Is that right? Melissa Toscano, is this how you pronounce your surname? I hope I'm right. Okay. Then we have Jennifer here. Okay, hey, Jennifer. Okay, Visa is there. And then we have Azil Srinivasan. Welcome, guys. Okay, we'll start the program on time. Yes. Hey, Shabir, you want to say something? No, you are not audible, Shabir. Okay, guys, let's wait for some time and then we'll start our session. Okay, we have Sonalu Singh here. Hey, Sonalu. And we have Praharini. Is that right? Praharini. Praharini. I believe I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if it's an incorrect one. You can help me to understand. Okay.
Yes, sir, it's absolutely correct. Thank you for pronouncing my name correct. It's Praharini only. Thank you.
Praharini. Okay, thank you. How are you, Praharini? Where are you from?
New Delhi, India.
Okay, cool. But your name, I mean, for me, it sounds a lot more towards coming from the southern Indian
Yes,
part. Are you from?
I belong to Andhra Pradesh. I belong from Andhra Pradesh. Definitely, but born and brought up Delhi.
Okay, okay. Nice.
Thank you.
Okay, Praharini. Yes, guys. Yes, we have Jennifer Kulte. Hey, Jennifer.
Hello. Hi, sir.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Where are you from?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I'm from Nagpur, Maharashtra.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that from your surname that you're from Maharashtra, but your first name, Jennifer, that sounds like you're actually from Manhattan. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably because I am a Catholic and my grandfather was a Maharashtrian. So therefore it's Kulthe, Jennifer and Kulthe both.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good combination. Manhattan plus Maharashtra. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Jennifer. So what brings you here?
Actually, I've been wanting to know about TEFL and these courses because I wish to uh, go and work abroad. I am a teacher by
Okay.
profession and I'm
Mhm.
working in a government school, but I wish to go abroad and I want to work there.
Okay.
So I just want to get, I just
Mhm.
wanted to know more about these courses and like how they could be helpful and how I can do it along with my work and job and all those stuffs. So I just got a notification luckily. So I thought, let me join and see if something good comes my way.
Okay. So being an English language teacher and you want to go abroad, that sounds good. But what doesn't sound, you know, very well at the moment is
Very
you have a
pleasant.
government
Yeah.
job and still you want to go out.
Yeah, because that's not enough for me.
Would you
I
like
want
to
to
speak
grow
something
even
about
more.
that?
That's
Okay.
right. There's one sad thing about it. Actually, they say the grass is green on the other side always. So there's one thing that though it's a government job, but then you're restricted to quite an extent in your own growth. Even if you're qualified, only if the firm or the institution helps you to grow and get a better post, then you can. Otherwise, you have to just sit on the chair where you are placed. So it doesn't actually
Okay.
does justice to your qualification. So that's why.
So there is a stability, but not much growth. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
exactly right.
Okay. Well, that's a good reason. But yeah, the way you expressed it, grass is always greener on the other side and stuff. But what if
Yes.
sometimes there is actually at least a little patch, okay, of
Yeah.
the green grass?
True, true. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's see if
Then
something
we
works out
have
for me. Maybe I have
yes,
something
yes.
better coming my way by God's grace.
Yeah, definitely. And all the things that we are going to discuss, I believe 30% of this session is actually about giving you guys that broader picture, where the
Yeah.
ESL teaching is now and where is it
This is
going
Basmas
and
Natra.
how much of
They pen column in it.
opportunities are there. Yes. So there's actually a lot of things that we are going to discuss here.
Okay.
And I believe that you will get a lot of information, like how different things are changing and how the scope is actually growing for Indian English language teachers as well. We'll come to that part. Okay, so yes, Sarthi, I have asked the other person to mute their mic. Thank you for your suggestion. Okay. Yes, guys. So just want to give you a quick update. Okay. So while we will be in the session, you will get a form to fill. Okay. This is kind of an attendance where you need to mark present. Okay. So I would like to request to everyone. So please fill that form, okay, and mark your attendance. Okay. Yes. So we have Sanjeet Kumar and we have Smita Majumdar. Hey Smita, hi Sanjeet. Sajit Kumar, sorry.
Yeah, Sajid Kumar.
Sajit, yes, Sajit. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
pronounce your name wrong. Yes, sir. Where are you from?
I am from Kerala, sir. My district is known as Kannur.
Okay. I know Kerala.
And,
Mhm. Okay. Yes, and what brings you here?
pardon?
What brings you here, sir? You're attending this meeting right now. So what is the reason that you want to attend this meeting? What is it that you want to know or you want to learn?
Actually, sir, I need a basic knowledge from, this is not TEFL, right?
Yes,
That
TEFL.
is, I'm searching for more details about to how it will be helpful me, because my age is 42 and I'm not in a particular job, so I'm searching to my passion is getting to teaching someone. So I need to be a teacher and as a trainer also. That is my dream.
Okay.
So
Okay, Sajid.
I'm
So
trying to,
you said your age is 42. Is that right?
yes.
Man, you hardly look 30. You look very young
Thank
for
you
your
for
age.
thank you for the compliment, sir.
Good, good. You have maintained yourself very well. Okay, sorry for the distraction, but yes, so within next hour and maybe 10-15 minutes extra, we are going to discuss everything about the TEFL, okay, or in short, we call it as TEFL. Okay, we will take a deeper look at this TEFL. What is TEFL versus TESOL, and how is it going to be helpful? For whom is it going to be helpful? Okay, we'll take a look at all of that. So I believe that, yeah, we definitely are at the right place, and there is a lot of information that you can take away with you, and it will come to help. Hey, I can see Jennifer here. Hey, Jennifer.
Yes. Hello.
Yes,
Once
hello.
again.
Yes, once again in the video format now.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so it is 4. So let me start the meeting now. Okay, let's start with the actual session. So a bit of my introduction first. My name is Swapnil. I have been into English language teaching since last 7 years almost. And I have worked in India, and also I got a chance to work in Russia, in St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg is the cultural capital of Russia. So very beautiful city, nice and cultural heritage, etc. So I worked over there for 2 years, and then I came back here. Then for a year I worked with Infosys, and then for another year, I worked with Wipro, the strong competitor of Infosys. Okay. But then since the lockdown time, okay, now I'm working online with Harvin. And throughout my career, my major role has been to help students to improve their English language skills. And it was around 4 years ago, 4 years ago, that even I was actually searching for some certification course and stuff like that. But eventually I realized that no, I was doing very well even without the certificates. Okay. So then I decided, yeah, I need to have a certificate, because this industry is actually going a lot more in a professional way, a lot more in a organized manner than how it was previously. Okay. So due to the increasing number of applicants who would want to work, who want to work as an ESL, that is English as the secondary language, ESL teacher, okay, the number is increasing. So that's why there are some new rules and restrictions in the game. Okay, Mr. Ahmed, I would like to request you to mute your mic.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the reason now the certification has actually got almost compulsory, okay, especially the TEFL certificate. Okay, even the students or the B.Ed graduates from India, all are, no, or from other countries, etc. Even they are being asked that you must have the TEFL certificate in order to, no, even if you just want to apply for the job, forget about working as an English language teacher. But even if you want to apply for the job, you must have the TEFL certificate. So within next 1 hour, we'll take a deeper look like why this certification has got such an importance. Okay, okay guys, so let's start the presentation. So I will be speaking more from my experience as well. Okay, it's not only like I'll be sharing all the information only from the presentation, but we can look at the presentation just as a guideline. You guys, and please allow me to turn off my video so that I can save some internet speed. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's start. So you can see the TEFL program, okay, all that stuff. So you can see the TESOL over here. It says teaching English to the speakers of other language. Okay, so TESOL is another way of referring to the same course. Okay, exactly the same course, but some people in some countries they call it as TESOL, and some people in some other countries they call it as TEFL. Okay, so TEFL, TEFL, that stands for teaching English, okay, as a foreign language. Okay. So you can see both the meanings are very close. Yes. Yes. So concepts and opportunities in TEFL or TESOL. So the first thing that we are going to learn into this TEFL course, or what is important in the TEFL course, okay, it is actually about the solid foundation that you need in order to work as an ESL teacher. So you can see English as second language, ESL. For a lot of Indian people, English is the second language, right? So now, what different skills you need to work with an audience who take English as their second language. So that's the first concept that we will study. Now, number two is teaching, or like techniques of teaching skill-based tasks related to listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Okay, so not all people all over the world want to learn English only for the communicational purposes or only for the business English communication purposes. There are a lot of students who want to learn English so that they can crack some exams like IELTS, TOEFL, or CELPIP kind of exams so that they can apply for the immigration and they go and live in their dream country, maybe Australia, Canada, or UK, or New Zealand. Okay, so they want to crack those exams. So a lot of English language students, they want to work on all these four aspects of English language. Okay, so number two is, we will see how to teach these techniques, or how to help your students to improve these skills. Okay. So that's this second part of it. And number three is a specialized teacher training programs to prepare you for teaching English to other language speakers. So for example, when I was in Russia, for Russian people, there is no second language. They just speak one language, that is Russian. Okay. And, English is an absolute foreign language for them. Absolute foreign language. At least for us Indian people, whenever we download some application from Play Store or the Apple platform, we actually get these applications in English, right? And we do not want to switch the language. Like, how can I change this application in Hindi? No, like 99% of our people, we do not need that, right? We are comfortable to operate the application or the phone in English. But that is not the same case, okay, with a lot of other countries. So for them, English is an absolute foreign language. So how you teach English to them? Okay, you see the difference? here in number 1, you teach English, okay, to people like Indian people who take English as their second language versus English is a complete foreign language. That's number 3. Okay. So these 3 aspects, or these 3 very essential aspects, okay, we will be covering in this course. Okay. Yes, going ahead now on this page, some benefits of the TESOL or the Tefl course, okay? It prepares the aspiring teachers to be able to connect to the actual classroom teaching. For example, a lot of teachers are there who got their B.Ed or English honors, whatever the degrees, the bachelor's degrees, okay, maybe 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, but they have not been into touch with the teaching field. Okay, so this course will help you to understand how is it exactly to teach inside the classroom environment. Okay, so it can serve like that. The other thing is it is applicable at all levels of the language learning, okay, for all age learners to adults. So it means that once you are done this course, you will be able to choose your audience. Okay, you won't be limited like, oh my God, I cannot teach young kids or very young kids, or no, I have worked only with young kids, but not with the teenagers. No? So you will feel that confidence that you can teach to almost any age group. Okay. We will also study some of the classroom management techniques, okay, and how to deal with issues, okay, with student management. Like a lot of students, they want to be rebel, okay, whatever their parents have done to them, okay, they want to pull it over inside the class and they want to show it against their teacher. Like they want to prove like I'm the true rebel here. Okay, so how can you take control of the misbehavior or the disruptive behavior of the students? That's another area that we'll study in this course. Then number 4, okay, here we will see, or we will study the overview of grammar and phonology, okay, which is important in ESL classroom. So in terms of grammar, there is a lot, okay, especially in English language, there's a lot of grammar, okay, but not all the grammar is necessary to teach every level, right? But there is certainly some grammar which is essential no matter the age of the students. Okay, guys, I would just like to request you to mute your mic. Okay, whoever's mic is on, can you please mute your mic? Yes, Askia Afan, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, so for example, you will not need to teach passive voice to the elementary or pre-intermediate levels, right? Passive voice comes much later, okay, maybe in upper intermediate level. So that is not the essential English grammar. Essential is mostly tenses, articles, okay, and some other important stuff. So we'll study how to teach that. Yes, Amit Rawat, I would like to request you to please mute your mic.
Sir, I am Amit Kumar Rawat. One hesitation in my mind is B.Ed is compulsory for abroad countries or not?
Yes, Amit, I would like to answer your question after the presentation.
Just I have not secured above 50 marks. Then I have not completed my B.Ed. So what is the eligibility for teaching in abroad countries?
Yes, Amit, that's what I'm saying. I would like to answer all your questions, but after the presentation. Okay, so please wait, okay, and please take part in the meeting. Please go through the presentation, and then after the presentation, I will take all the questions.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yes, please mute your mic, Amit. Thank you.
One question, sir, in my mind. I want to develop in communication, in fluency, but sometime I frightened to use which word you use before the students. I'm facing
Submit.
some trouble.
Mhm. Yes, I will answer that after the presentation.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, Amit sir. So please mute your mic and thank you. And please attend the presentation. I believe most of your questions will get their answers in the presentation.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, guys. So going ahead, what is the essential English grammar that we need to teach? And phonology. This is an area that most of the Indian English language teachers are absolutely unaware of. Okay, what is phonology, how to teach pronunciation, how to position your mouth organs in order to produce a particular sound. Our teachers are completely unaware of this. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm insulting anyone in the audience. Okay, that is not my motive, but so far all the people that I've worked with, okay, they just don't know about phonology. Okay, so that is an important area that we'll study here. And at the end, Tesol, okay, you will see some scope after this course. Okay, so for example, you can work as an English language teacher, you can work as an English language coach, you can work as a trainer, mentor, okay, and there are more job opportunities. Okay, we will study that in a while. Okay, let's go to the next page. Course structure. Okay, so guys, you can see here the very first thing we have is the introduction to English language. So I'm sure you guys are well aware of that, like how English is the world leading language and all that. Okay, it's the global language. So let's skip that part. Let's go to the next one, teaching process and role of instructor. Okay, so teacher and instructor are two different people or two different role that the same people or the same person plays, right? So when is it exactly you need to be a teacher and when is it that you are exactly supposed to work only as an instructor? We'll study that. Okay? So there is more information over there. Okay? Then second thing is teaching young learners. Definitely teaching young kids is very different experience than working with teenagers or with young adults, etc. So what are the fundamental differences that you need to keep in mind before you teach the young learners? So that's what we'll study here. Next thing is teaching pronunciation, phonetics, and phonology. Just like I mentioned already, okay, we'll study about the different mouth positions, okay, the oral organ, the setting of your tongue, lips, teeth, lower jaw, etc., in order to produce a particular sound. Okay, for us Indian people, that thing is quite easy, right? Okay, let me just turn on my camera for a while. Okay, so for us Indian people, this thing is actually easy. We can make almost any sound. Okay, but that is not the case with foreigners. Okay, so a lot of people, for them it's very difficult to pronounce the x, like x sound, or the sound, even that is very difficult for them because in their language they don't have that sound, so they didn't know how they should position their mouth, their teeth, their tongue and all of that. So in order to make that sound, okay, like p, p, so you take your lips inside your mouth, okay, you hold it between your teeth for for like half a second, and then you blow out the air. P, f, f. That is different, right? So these different mouth settings and stuff, we'll study that and how we are supposed to teach it to our students in order to help them to improve their voice and accent. Okay, so that's what we'll study in this chapter. Going on next, grammar. Over here we will be studying about the basic and most essential English grammar, okay, and the syntax and the structure of the sentences, etc. Next thing is teaching vocabulary. Okay, so teaching vocabulary is actually a very different concept altogether versus teaching grammar. Okay,
So these are the two things where an English language teacher can make absolute difference. You know, a lot of these students, they don't want to learn grammar because they find it boring or annoying sometimes. Okay, same goes with the vocabulary. A lot of people, they are still stuck with, you know, very, very, very nice and very beautiful, very good, very, very tasty, like so many veries. Okay, they don't know the other words like delicious, mesmerizing, okay, amazing, awesome, a lot of other words. Okay, so they don't know, and how you're supposed to teach them the vocabulary, because these words are not comfortable for them. Okay, mesmerizing. Okay, how would you teach that word to your student? And what it exactly means when you say I can teach vocabulary? Okay, if you just write the spelling of that word on the board, and you write the meaning, and you write one sentence, that's not teaching vocabulary. Okay, there is more to it. Okay, so we'll study that. Okay, now again, we have next thing is teaching reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Okay, so these four areas are also essential, as I mentioned earlier, for the IELTS and self-pip exam takers. Okay, so this thing is very essential, and how you're supposed to teach writing to your students. So we'll study that. Okay. And then we have lesson planning and testing and assessment. Okay. Lesson planning is another very, like, I can say, most essential area into English language teaching these days. Okay, because a lot of times you will see whenever you're going to apply for the job, okay, the first condition that the school will put you through, they will ask you to send a lesson plan. They will say that imagine you have a lesson with let's say 12-year-old. There are going to be maybe 10 students in the class, 10, 15. Okay, and you are supposed to teach them quantifiers, and they are intermediate levels, something like that. They will give you a task, and they will ask you, just send us the lesson plan, and based on the lesson plan, they will decide whether they want to go ahead with you in the interview process or not. Okay, so that's how crucially important it is, okay, to do the lesson planning. Okay, so we will study about the lesson planning. So it's more like kind of your resume writing. Okay, it seems very simple, it seems very familiar, but when you actually want to do it, it is very difficult. Okay, so there are more things that normal audience need to know in order to become effective lesson planner. Okay, testing and assessment. So these are the areas, okay, where the learners or the, you guys, once you'll take this course, you will see how to assess your students in order to see what are their strengths and their weaknesses without even making them realize that I'm assessing you. Okay, because once you tell your students like today is the test, you see how people and the entire classroom environment, it all just changes. Everyone is more aware, everyone is conscious now. Okay, and they deliberately want to, want to impress you. Okay, but that is not how the assessment works. Okay, if the students are deliberately doing something to impress the teacher, so that is not the real assessment. Okay, assessment is more like an informal way of gauging the understanding of your learners, and there are several different methods of assessment, so we'll study that. Okay, and this last area, resources, material, and digital technology, I believe you can do this area on your own. Okay, in this entire course. Okay, this last chapter is something that I believe any person can explore on their own, like what resources and materials we need, and actually a lot of information is available on the internet about that. But no, not all the information is accurate. Okay? Or not all the information is actually relevant to every learner, right? So instead of you trying to reinvent the wheel, if we have already invented it and we are okay to share the information with you, so I think it's good. No, you do not need to go through all those efforts, okay, of finding the exact resource which can be proven effective in all situations, etc. Okay, so you can save a lot of time even on that way, even on that chapter. Now, I would just like to give you guys a bit of a glimpse, okay, about the career opportunities here. Okay, so let's start from the end. What you see here, lesson planning, over here, there are a lot of students who actually take the content writing course first, and then they want to learn how to do the lesson planning, etc. So if you are one of them, if you already are working as a content writer or you wish to become a content writer, etc. So lesson planning is something that can help you to fetch job. Okay, you can do some freelancing, you can write the lesson plans for other teachers and you can get paid for it. Okay, there are many websites, okay, that actually work as the resource. So you write the lesson plans for these websites and they will pay you. So you're not exactly working as a teacher yourself, but you are helping other teachers to teach. So this is good for I can say the freshers as well, okay, because you're fresher, maybe you do not have the confidence to face the audience, okay, just like that. So maybe you can take for 6 months, okay, and you can do the lesson planning, etc. And eventually once you feel more confident, then you can jump into the actual teaching. Okay, so lesson planning is another way of content writing where you can make money. Okay, Amit Rawat, I would like to request you, sir, please mute your mic. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, second thing, teaching, writing, speaking, listening, and reading. Okay, you will find that there are students who specifically want to take only these 4 skills. They don't want to work on grammar because they're already good at it. Okay, they don't want to improve their vocabulary and stuff, but they just want to crack the IELTS or CELPIP kind of exams, and the exam is just after 2-3 months, something like that. So they're ready to pay quite a big money only to improve their reading, listening, speaking, and writing scores in the exam. Okay, everyone wants to score above 7 bands so that they can get a good placement in Canada, Australia, and other countries, right? So that's another area where you can find students and where you can teach and make money. Now, teaching vocabulary. Okay, so over here, when I worked in Russia, so there were students who specifically wanted to learn only vocabulary. So they might have, let's say, completed their pre-intermediate or intermediate level. Now they are good at making sentences and speaking up in public, but they want to speak more beautifully, right? So that was the reason, okay, that can be the reason that a lot of students, they actually want to take vocabulary lessons. They want to build their vocabulary so that they will be able to impress people with their speech. Okay, so that is another area where you can get students, where you can teach and make money. Teaching grammar, of course, very well known all over India. Teaching grammar can fetch you a lot of students as well. And then teaching pronunciation, phonetics, and phonology. Okay, you will see there are students who actually want to improve their accent. Okay, so these are the students, very few in India, but I'm sure these students are more in numbers out of India. Okay, so even nowadays with the online platforms, okay, we can see there are a lot of students, okay, who are actually requesting only for the pronunciation or voice and accent lessons for that matter. Okay, so you can take lessons like that and you can help your students, and that's another area to make money. Okay, uh, teaching young learners. So if you want to take up a job in a kindergarten or maybe primary school, so that area will come as a help. Okay, so these are some other opportunities, guys. Okay, so it's not only about working as an English language teacher in a school. Okay, nowadays English language teaching has actually gone way too ahead of its original size and shape. Okay, so I hope everything is clear here. Okay, just want to give you one quick disclaimer. I know I'm using the word money a lot, okay, and that actually doesn't go well with our profession. We are there to teach our students and help the future and all that. Yes, but we also should have something to take for ourselves, right? So that's why I put the money aspect as well, okay, or the income opportunities. I discussed that as well. Okay, guys, so before we go ahead, just would like to request you, please mark your attendance. Okay, you are getting a message in the chat window. Okay, so please mark your attendance so that we can keep a track. Okay. Okay, now going ahead. Okay, so there's a quick tip. Okay, how to teach grammar with fun. Okay, grammar does not really have to be a boring subject. Okay, like we had in our schools. Okay, so there are some tips here. Okay, build grammar practice into fun writing assignments. Okay, so there are some assignments or some activities where you can encourage your learners to build a new sentence, okay, based on the grammar that they have learned, and you can add some fun element in that kind of a game. Okay, there are many actually, so you can take help of that. Okay, so second thing is make funny examples, okay, or practice sentences. So that is another thing. Number three, okay, make bulletin board and anchor chart called Why Grammar Matters and have students to contribute. Yeah, so you see, number three is more about making your students aware about grammar skills. A lot of students, they just show their back to the grammar lessons, okay, because it is difficult. And they say, anyways, I'm not going to speak English in my life. Okay, but by making them aware with the help of kind of a bulletin board and some charts like that, okay, and students, they contribute one idea, like why they, according to them, grammar is important. So when they have to think about it, when they write it with their own handwriting, okay, so definitely it's going to change their ideology, their opinion about the concept, and they definitely would take more efforts. Okay, so that's how you can motivate your students to learn grammar. Okay, so number four is have story time with the grammar concepts. Okay, so that means all the students who want to learn grammar, you can teach them with the help of a story building activity. Like I can make a first statement, and then the rest of the students, they just need to keep on adding one more sentence in the story. Okay, and at the end, complete story. Okay, once all the students, they have given their sentences, the story completes, etc. So that's kind of an activity which can be very helpful. Number five is play the musical chairs or with grammar concepts. Okay, so this one is quite simple. Okay, I don't think I need to explain it here. And dress up as grammar. Okay, so that's quite funny thing, dressing up, whatever the grammar topic is according to. So if you are teaching them maybe some history, so you can wear something that can give you some ancient look. Okay, so that can work. Okay, so those are some other ways of teaching grammar. Now going ahead, teaching the pronunciation. So let me just turn on my video for a while here. Okay. Teaching pronunciation, as I mentioned, it's a complete standalone subject. Okay, and a lot of students, they are ready to pay anywhere between 18 to 25,000, okay, for let's say 15 lessons, and one lesson is, let's say, 3 hour long, so 45 hours of teaching, and they are ready to pay quite a good money for that. Okay, but you really need to be a teacher who can teach how to make the pronunciation right. Okay. So with all the theory, okay, about the oral structure and the movements of the oral organs, etc. With that, okay, you need to be equipped with some other things, So first of all, we need to improve our spoken English. So whenever you speak, when we hear our voice, it is completely different. But when you record your voice and then listen to it, that's absolutely different. And that is how people actually listen to you. It's not like how you listen to your own voice, okay? It's the recorded voice, okay? That's how people listen to you, okay? So there is a lot of science behind this, okay? Like what we speak, we hear our voice differently, and why, etc. Okay. So when you listen to yourself, you see the nuances or all those mistakes that you are making in your speech, and you improve it, and then you can help your learners to improve. Okay. So slow down, especially for Indian people. Okay, we speak really very fast. A few years ago, I got a job interview call, and this person, the HR, okay, he was speaking so fast, and his English was good, but too fast. Okay, and the way I speak now, I always speak just like that. Okay, because I made it a habit to speak in this way instead of speaking faster, like most of us Indian English language teachers do. Okay, so especially for Indian people, okay, we need to slow down, because the native English speakers, they don't speak as fast as we guys do. Okay, so we need to reduce our pace at least by, I can say, 30% or maybe 35, 40% in some cases. Okay, so speak slow, picture what you speak. Okay, and yeah, the next tip is very simple. Okay, watch yourself in the mirror when you're speaking. Practice English, focus on mouth. As I mentioned earlier, as a teacher, we should be able to understand the oral setting, okay, in order to produce a particular sound. That's when we will be able to help our students to make that sound. Okay? You cannot simply just ask them, no, okay, say sh, and they might, the closest sound that they might have in their language is s. Okay, and then you go like, no, say sh, and he goes s, sh, s. You see the lip movements, okay, it changes. Okay, the tongue structure, okay, the position of the tongue inside your mouth changes. S, sh. Okay, try to say it. Okay, so once we are familiar with these things, okay, then we will be able to teach it to our students. Otherwise, students, they just end up blaming their own selves, like, my God, I have such a good teacher, but I'm such a stupid man. I can't speak English, I can't make a good pronunciation, maybe I'm not made for it, and all that crap. Okay, so they fall into self-pity. Okay, so being a good teacher is helping your students with everything that they need. Okay. Now, next thing is watch experts speaking. Okay, find the language buddy in order to practice your speech. Okay, pay attention to the intonation and stress. Okay, so here is again very important area. A lot of times, we Indian people, we do not put stress where is it exactly necessary. Okay, or it has happened that we people have our own accent when we are speaking in English. We speak something like importance of pronunciation and the accent. Okay. Okay, guys, so there is someone who is messing up. Someone is writing on my screen. Okay, guys, admin, can you please take care of that? Okay, so, pay attention to the intonation and stress. Okay, that's where we can actually take control of our accent. Okay, a lot of students, they just want to listen to the teacher, and you get demo lessons, let's say for 15 minutes only. Okay, and what they actually want to do is, the school arranges this kind of a demo lesson with the students, and students, they just observe the accent of the teacher, and then they just say like, yeah, I didn't want to study from this teacher, or I want to study from this teacher, right? So that's how it works. Okay. Check spellings and sing songs. Okay, so check spelling is important because of the fact that a lot of words or the lot of letters in the word are silent in English language. Okay, so whenever you are practicing speaking, also check the spelling of the new words so that you can see what alphabets are there which are silent. Okay. Let's go for the next one. Yes, classroom management. Okay, over here, let me just turn off my camera for a while. Okay, just give me a second here. Yes, guys, I would just like to request you to please mark your attendance. Okay, it helps us to keep track on the performance. So please don't forget to mark your attendance. Okay, this is a request to all the participants. Now, classroom management is another entire different and a whole different area. Okay, a very big subject, and a lot of people have written books on it. Okay. So with a good classroom management, okay, you will be able to take care of the entire class and the learning experience, and you will make sure, or you will be able to make sure that the content has been delivered properly. Okay, but without the good classroom management, okay, that thing is really very difficult. Okay, so a good teacher is not only the person who can teach the material very well. Okay, that is one of the many qualities of a good English language teacher. Okay, another quality that a teacher must have is the classroom management strategies. Okay, or the strength or your capacity to manage the classroom. Okay, because not all students can just go quiet because you're a teacher and you say, okay, quiet. No. Okay, a lot of students, they want to check your patience. They want to see how far you can go to make them go quiet. Okay, and the only way out of these kind of situations is the more you understand your students. Okay, the more you understand the students psychology, the learners psychology, the child psychology, etc., the more you will be able to control them. Okay, so some tips over here. Okay, focus your attention on the entire class. Obvious one. Okay, you should not pay attention, or you should not teach, or you should not pretend that you do not notice the other students who are not paying attention or who are just gossiping like by sitting on the back benches. That's not a good teacher. You need to involve all the students inside the like in the learning experience. Okay, so focus your attention on the entire class. Okay, don't talk over students chatter. What do we mean by this is when your students are saying like if you ask them like, man, why you two are talking, can I please know that? Okay, so, and if your students go like oh, we are discussing about the football match last night. Okay, and as a teacher, you should not talk over their chatter. That means like you should not bring that football match topic in the environment of the classroom. Okay, so if you also say like, oh yeah, football man, so that is something more important to you than what I'm teaching. So if you bring that on the surface, if you bring that topic on the table, then other students, they might find it amusing for a minute or two, but then they all feel like our teacher is okay discussing football in the class. So let's discuss football. Okay, and you'll see that not only two students, but maybe at least half of the students, or maybe more than half, okay, they are just now discussing about football. Okay, I mean, they will take you for toss. So that can be another thing. So never bring their topics, okay, on the table. Okay, so that's one thing. Next thing is silence can be effective. Okay, and the softer voice. Okay, so these two things I believe go a lot hand in hand. So when your students are making some noise and all that stuff, okay, so instead of you trying to hold their attention by juggling around, okay, by doing a lot of stuff, a lot of times it works if you just step inside the class and keep quiet until all students get silent. Okay, so that's one way. So silence can be effective. And the other thing is softer voice. Okay, so as a teacher, you should be audible, that's for sure, but you should not speak louder, or you should not check and confirm and seek appreciation from your students like, am I audible to you in this corner, in that corner, there, am I audible, am I audible? Like, no. Okay, am I speaking loud enough? No. So you should know what's your what should be the ideal volume, so that you would be able to heard all over the class. But you should not seek appreciation from your students. Otherwise, they're not going to say, oh yeah, teacher, you're audible. No, they will be like, no, still now, no, still now, we can't hear you. Okay, or they might just no, gossip something. They might just share some information and sort of, and then if you ask them like, hey, what's going on there, sir, you're not audible. Okay, and then you have to raise your volume again and again. Okay, they will take you for a ride. Okay, never fall into that stuff. Okay, so your voice should be softer. Okay, audible but softer, so that students, okay, they have to maintain the quiet from their side in order to be able to listen to you. Okay, now you flip the table. Okay, and you will see if there is one or two guys speaking inside the class, the other students are putting pressure on them like, hey man, would you just shut up, I can't hear the teacher, no, don't talk. No, they just make each other quiet. Okay, so that's another strategy to deal with the classroom management issues. Okay, and the last thing is, okay, you need to be kind of a commentator. Okay, so direct your instructions so that students know what is going to happen. So instead of giving them a cold shower, always tell them or always show your lesson plan. That's what I recommend to all the students who take Tefl course from me. Okay, like you should write your lesson plan on the board. If you're working with the students above 12 years of age, write the lesson plan on the board and let them know what's going to happen at a specific time. So a standard academic school time or lesson is, let's say, 45 minutes. So you write what is going to happen in the 40 minutes. So 5 minutes are just going to take for you to step inside the class and settle down and all that stuff. So actual lesson is going to be only for 40 minutes. So you write in just 1 minute, like those are the 4 or 5 steps of the lesson plan. And after 5 minutes, we'll do that. After 10 minutes, we're going to do this. After 20 minutes, that's the next step, etc. So once they have the itinerary in place, they are very comfortable to take the journey with you. Okay, so do let them know what is the next thing that is going to happen. Okay, so those are some of the techniques, okay, by which you can take control of the classroom. And in this course, as I mentioned earlier, in this course we have an entire chapter, okay, dedicated specifically and only to classroom management techniques. Okay, so there is much more to learn. So we'll study that when we will come to that chapter. Okay, once you take the course, of course. Okay, let's go for the next one. Now some presentation skills. Okay, so in the presentation, you introduce the topic of the presentation, okay, state the objective, okay, and then you make the first point, okay, move from one point to another, okay, review what had been covered so far, summarize, and conclude the presentation. So these are some of the, we can say, guidelines or the basic strategies in order to take control of the presentation and hold everyone else's attention. Okay, so some other tips here. So don't be shy, but of course, no, you cannot be more confident just by me or someone else telling you, oh, don't be shy. No, it doesn't really work like that, right? So now there are some basic principles, okay, that we'll study in this course, which will help you to come out of that shyness or that nervousness whenever you are there in front of the audience. Okay, so we'll take a look at that. Then voice projections, like when you are exactly supposed to change your voice, or is there any need to change the voice and why, etc. Audience engagement, that's where you engage your audience, okay, with the topic. You hold their attention by questioning them, etc. Okay, the next thing is good body language. So this is where now we take care of the we can say our body language. So for example, if I'm speaking to you, but my body is my okay, let me just turn on my video for a while. Okay, I'm giving a presentation to you guys, and that's what I'm doing. I'm giving a presentation, of course, okay, and I'm not looking at you, and I don't care, and I'm giving the presentation. My presentation is full of jokes and a lot of engaging activities, and everything is there, but I'm just not looking at you. So it's not going to work, right? So body language is not only with the face, but your entire body. Okay, so think of yourself having a conversation with your boss, okay, or someone else. And if you have worked in the big offices, okay, where there is a floor, at least 50 people can sit on the floor. In that kind of an atmosphere, whenever your team leader or your manager approaches you, you leave your chair, you stand towards them, right? It's not like your boss is there, your team leader is there speaking to you, and you're looking at your computer. Hey, yeah, I'll take care of that. No, okay, that's not a good way of presentation, right? So that thing is quite obvious, but a lot of times we forget that due to being under pressure. Okay, so good body language is also very important. And yes, at the end, you need to keep it short. Okay, if everything is really good, even if you're watching a movie, let's say Transformers, okay, amazing movie and all that, but if that movie is, let's say, for 5 hours, no, you definitely want to go out of the movie theater every now and then, right? So 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hours, that's the standard length now. Okay, so keep it short. Okay, very important thing. So those are some of the tips for the presentation skills. Okay, guys, before we go ahead, I would just like to request you to mark your attendance if you have not marked it yet. Okay. Now, lesson planning, as I mentioned earlier, one of the most essential area, okay, which is lesson planning. So in terms of lesson planning, we break the lesson planning in 3 steps. Okay, step 1 is before the class, that is like before you enter inside the class to teach or to deliver a particular lesson, and then during the class, and then after the class. Okay, so after the class is where you take a review of what worked and how effectively it worked, etc. During the classes, you share the lesson plan with your students so that they can see the track. Okay, they can hold their attention. Okay? A lot of times it happens that some activity in the lesson plan is really very boring, but once you have put the lesson plan in front of them, like we are going to do this activity for 5 minutes and stuff like that, they can see it like, yeah, we are here now, we are at this activity, and it's going to be only for 5 minutes. I can hold my attention for 5 minutes, it's no problem. Versus they just don't know what's going to happen, and then you bring on the next activity and they go like, man, I have hated doing this activity all my life, like I find it ridiculously, tremendously boring, and they don't know how long it is going to be, right? So they will lose attention, like they will lose their attention completely. Your students might not even want to come for the next lesson, right? So sharing the lesson plan is always very important. Okay. Yes, so those are some of the things with the lesson planning. Now, Okay, there are some stages of the lesson planning. Okay, so stage one is introduction. Then there is a foundation, like how you do the introduction. That's good. Okay, now you need to do the foundation, like what exactly the concept is about. Then there is a number 3, brain activation. Okay, so some activity you introduce to your learners in order to help them to gather all the information that they know about the subject already. Then body of the new information, that is where you introduce the topic. So number 5 is you do some clarification and doubt clearance things. Okay, so that after that, number 6 is practice and review. You do the practice with your students, or you give them some practice activity and you review what has worked and how much they have understood from the lesson. Okay, and then number 7 is independent practice. So this is where the students, they work on their own. And number 8 is the closure. Closure is you give them some another activity where they have to work in a group, and they have to complete a particular project work, and they introduce that project work in the target language of the day, etc. So yeah, I know that's actually a very basic information. We have not even actually made a scratch on the surface. Okay, there is more to it, and in this course we have a specially dedicated chapter only on lesson planning. Okay, I teach it for 4 hours, so there's a lot of information there, and we spent only like 2-3 minutes, okay, studying the basics of the lesson planning. Okay, so more about it in the course. So those are the 8 steps. Okay, so if you want, you can take a screenshot of this screen. Okay, it can help you to prepare the lesson plans. Okay, and which can enable you to apply for the jobs. Okay, let's go for the next thing now. Yes, so there are some fundamental differences between young learners versus adult learners. Okay, so here I would like to take an opportunity to turn on my video now. Okay, so young versus adult learners. Okay, young learners, they can take the responsibility of for their learning. Do they? Okay, not all of them. Okay, because they're young learners, they are not much aware about the life and family and all that stuff. So they didn't know the importance, okay, of learning. So they are not autonomous by nature. Versus adults, they can take responsibility of their learning, right? So with young learners, you need, like, a teacher needs to hold students' attention. Versus teaching adults, you do not need to juggle around and be a joker and make them have fun to hold their attention and all that stuff. No, with adults, it's quite easy, but with young learners, it's completely a different experience. So that's one difference. And then we can say learning. Okay, young learners, they cannot take responsibility for that either, but adults, they do. Sometimes we have a lot of concepts in, no matter what subject is it. Okay, there are a lot of stuff in the subject which you do not need in your life immediately, right? So in that case, learning becomes a very tedious job, very monotonous, boring job. But adults know that if they study this topic well now, then it can come in help in future. But young kids, they don't have that understanding. They don't have that mental capability to understand it in that way, right? So it comes, it falls on the teacher that they need to do everything in order to hold these attention of the students and teach them a particular topic, implement some fun activities in order to help the young learners to practice the language, etc. Right? Now, with the anxiety, young learners, they do not feel anxiety versus adults, they do. So if you ask a young learner to come in front of the classroom and pronounce or find some fruit, okay, from the box, okay, and there are, let's say, a lot of toy fruits are there, okay, maybe soft toy. So if you ask them, okay, find me a pear, they might bring out not exactly a pear, but maybe cucumber. And when they show, okay, I got the pear, so all these students in the class, they know that's not a pear, that's a cucumber, and they might laugh. Okay, or young learners, they surely want to laugh. Okay, but you see, this one little kid who picked up the wrong fruit, is he or she is not going to feel anxiety like, oh my god, oh my god, if I pick the wrong fruit, then I'm going to be the stock of laugh. Everyone is going to laugh at me. No, they're just very cool with it. They don't experience the anxiety issues, versus adults do. Adults, if you ask them to read a particular word, so you need to be very careful how other people are going to respond if they mispronounce that word. Okay, so adults, they feel like, no one should laugh at me, everyone should respect me, and all of that. Okay, so teaching adults versus young learners is different because of this reason as well. Okay, motivation, discipline, and life experience. Again, these three things are very much in favor of the adults, okay, but very less in favor of the young learners. Okay, so now keeping this difference in mind, in this course, we'll study a lot of different strategies of introducing a material, okay, or the subject to the young versus adult audience. Okay, let's go ahead now. Yes, guys. So we are almost at the end of the presentation. Okay. So we have, let's say, the learning needs versus personal needs. Okay, so in simple words, learning needs let's say if you're teaching passive voice, so in order to learn passive voice, our students, they first need to know the past tenses. Okay, so if it's only when they know past tenses, they can learn and they can perform in the passive voice, right? So if any of the student is confused with past tenses, so it is the teacher's responsibility to figure out these difficulties and to address these needs. So that need is the learning need, right? Student needs to know something before they learn the next subject or the next target language. So that is the learning need, versus personal need of a student. It can be about hunger for attention, okay, their ego satisfaction. A lot of students, they act out or they misbehave only in order to get more attention. Maybe they don't get any attention at their home, so they want to do everything to disturb the class, okay, and to gain attention. So as a teacher, you should understand that that is something more of a personal need. Okay, or maybe let's say the no a specific student has a different learning style. So in that way we need to take a different approach. Okay, so that becomes a personal need. Okay, so learning need and personal need are two completely different concepts, and a lot of the teachers, they get yes, a lot of the teachers, they get confused and they don't know like why the student is misbehaving. Okay, so if you know these concepts into their greater depth, okay, into their greater depth, so you will be able to understand what, like, how exactly you're supposed to help your student, right? Yes. So next thing here, Tefl, Tesol, and then Tesol and Celta. So some different courses here. Okay. So Tefl is teaching English as a foreign language. Okay. So this is an entry-level teaching certification. Okay. And this is definitely accepted all over the world. Okay. So this allows you to teach English in a non-English speaking country as well, and English language trainer both abroad as in India. Okay, if they now they have to have TEFL certificate. Okay, in one of the batch, we have actually had a vice principal of a school from Mumbai, and she's also the head of the English language department in the school. So if a voice principal and HOD, okay, yes. So if a voice principal and HOD feels the need that they need TEFL certification, so it's quite obvious that every teacher must have it these days. Okay, so there are some other courses like Tesol and Celta. Okay, so we'll take a look at that later on. Okay. Yes, so over here you can see the different opportunities in India and worldwide. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you can teach as an IELTS trainer. Okay, you can become an entrepreneur. So over here you can say, you can write the lesson plans and sell it to different websites, etc. Or you can write some different content for reading skills or for writing skills. You can write the content for speaking clubs, etc. And you can sell that content on the websites, and they can pay you good. Okay, so that's another way after this TEFL course. Okay, that's another career opportunity. Yes, so Urban Pro, and there are like many other platforms nowadays. Okay, Urban Pro is there, and then there is Preply, and there is Upwork, Freelancer, In Class, ClassBit. The applications are just unlimited nowadays. So you can just create your profile on these applications for free with the help of your Android phone. And then what you need to do, okay, just let me just turn on my camera for a while. Okay, so you just create your profiles, and then you need to make an introductory video, let's say 1 or 2 minutes at max. Okay, let people listen to your voice and accent and your teaching styles. You speak something, and then your introduction is there. Okay, and then that's how on these different platforms you make your profiles for free, and you give a free demo lesson for, let's say, for 30 minutes and so, and then based on the experience, students will definitely enroll for your lessons. So that's another way of employment after this course. Okay? And this can extend the learning, okay, from certification to diploma. So that means after this course, you can go for the further courses, if you want, okay. But it's not like you have to do this course and then do some other course and then do something more in order to find employment. No, if you're already good in terms of English speaking, okay. So with this certification alone, after this one course alone, you will be able to attract really good opportunities. Okay. And yes, at the end, you can say can be associated with international schools as English language teacher and kindergarten teacher. So most of the opportunities in terms of working as a kindergarten teacher, okay, they are coming from East Asian countries. Number one is China, then South Korea, Thailand, and some other neighboring countries, okay, where they now have a lot of money there, but they actually need talent. Okay, they are missing that, especially in terms of English language. So they want to learn from a foreigner, especially someone who take English as their first language, or at least English. No, they should be able to speak English up to the native like speaking. Okay, so there are a lot of good opportunities there. Okay, where you can work as a teacher in primary school and also in kindergartens, etc. Okay, so that's another employment opportunity after this course. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead. Yes, so a bit of introduction about Henry Harvin. Okay, like who are we, where are we from, etc. Okay, so Henry Harvin started in 2013, okay, and it is based in San Francisco, California. So it's a knowledge development company where we are helping students from all over the world to develop their competencies in order to be better in their job. Okay, so no, there are actually a lot of courses. Okay, just a second. Okay, yes. So our presence at the moment is in India, Sri Lanka, US, of course, and in Beijing. Now, Henry Harvin is actually has been, we have delivered trainings, okay, for 30,000 plus learners, okay, and self-paced training, okay, that's like learning from pre-recorded videos, etc. So we have worked with more than 200,000 learners in that way. So Henry Harvin provides more than 80 courses, okay, and we are working with more than 150 corporates, and in India we have tie up with 80 plus colleges all over India. Program features. Okay, guys. So what you will get exactly in this course? So there's going to be 40 hours of instructor-led training sessions. Okay. So just like we are having, okay, this kind of an interactive session. Yeah, I'm sorry, but okay. This session has actually not been much interactive so far, but it will be, okay. After just 5 minutes, we will be done with this presentation, and then I will give a chance for you guys to speak, share your experiences, ask your questions, etc. So in the same format, okay, we have 40 hours of live training, not the pre-recorded videos, but the live training, okay. So that's going to be there. And then we have 12 boot camps sessions, okay, once in a month. But let me tell you more, of the good news. So we actually are now giving, we actually have started taking the community session. So we take a session every Friday from 5 to 6, okay, every week. And in this community meeting, okay, all the students who have taken the course from Henry Harvin, we come together, they share their experiences about job, about a particular student, and how something has worked for them. They discuss about the job opportunities that which are there. So you see there is a community as well where you can ask your questions to a lot of people and seek their help as well. Okay, so we have these kind of community meetings every Friday 5 to 6. Okay, and besides that there is this 12 boot camp sessions, okay, once in a month. Then you have the membership of Henry Harvin Tefl Academy. Okay, so what you do with the membership is you get the access to the portal where you see the pre-recordings, okay, like the recorded sessions of other trainers as well. Okay, so although you will get to you get live training only with one trainer, okay, but then there are other trainers who are also training with Henry Harvin. So if you browse all the videos, you will see other trainers and their students, and the recordings are available. So you can just go through those recordings. There are many, okay, there are many recordings. So you can go through that and enhance your knowledge, because about one particular topic, okay, some teachers, they have their own way of introducing that topic, or they're teaching this particular language, but some other teacher might have a complete different way of teaching. So I feel that there is learning in each of these sessions, even from the other trainers as well. So you can enjoy that experience as well. No, you pay for one trainer, but you actually learn from more than one. Okay, so that's a good thing there. Okay, and then at the end you can see that there is a assignments, okay, that you need to complete. And these assignments, they are actually fully based on whatever we are going to study in this course, okay? So you do not need to do any extra efforts. You do not need to invest any extra time, okay? So just after you are done with the course, you start writing the assignments, and while completing the assignments, you will have to do some research. You will have to, check your understanding about a particular concept, etc. So while writing the assignments, all your doubts and all the things will be much clearer to you. Okay? And some perks of the membership, as you can see, the end line here, complimentary modules are there. Okay, so mostly it's about soft skills and resume writing. Okay, so that's more like a complimentary thing for you guys. Okay, so that's the whole thing. Okay, so that's what you get in this course. And yeah, I believe that you guys are already thinking about, so it's only 40 hours here. What about the remaining 80 hours? Okay. So the 80 hours, out of that 80 hours, I believe at least 20 hours, you will need to write the 4 assignments. Okay. And the other 40 hours, okay, I believe you will be able to study whatever we are going to learn in these 40 hours. Okay. So there is material that you can read, and all this information is available on the LMS portal, like the Henry Harvin website, where you can study or where you can read more about the same concepts that you have been trained on. Okay? So reading that, etc., will take another 40 hours at least. So that's how you complete your 120 hours of the course. Okay?
Excuse me.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, hi. Good evening. My name is Aschat, and I just joined actually. So, sir, if you don't mind, can you answer to my questions if you don't mind?
Yes, sir, but I would like to tell you, just give me 5 minutes. Let me finish the presentation, and then I'll take all the questions. Okay.
All right,
Just 5 more
Go ahead.
minutes, sir.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
thank
Go
you.
ahead. Yeah,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, sir. So you can see over here, upon completion of the course, you can get the, you will have the certificate, okay, which will be acceptable, okay, from almost all over the world, okay, as an English language teacher. And you can start applying for the jobs, okay. You will have the cultural insights, okay. That means how different cultures work, and how you should be able to cope up with the differences. Okay. You will be able to demonstrate empathy towards these students. You will be able to find yourself ready for the boundless opportunities, and you will be also be able to enhance your productivity by adopting effective class and time management techniques. Okay, so we are actually going to cover this area as well. So as an English language teacher, when I'm going to train you guys about how to teach, definitely I'm going to share a lot of experiences and ideas, that has that have actually helped me to cope up with the different situations. So we'll take a look at all of that. Yes, guys. So you can see the actual price of the course is that, okay, here on the left side, but that's not the applicable fees at the moment. Okay, you can enroll for this course at this price on the right side. So it's 26,500. And these are some of the things that you get. Okay, so it includes the training fees. Okay, it includes the self-paced learning videos, okay, like the recorded videos from other trainers, and even the uh, training that you will attend. All the training sessions are being recorded, so you will see the recording of your course as well. So whatever you have missed, you can go back to that and you can learn the thing. Okay, so for example, on a day you are absent, so no worries, the recording is available of the same session that you missed, so you can just go through that. Then there is an examination at the end, Okay, then you get the certificate, and on this certificate, so this certificate is, sorry, this certification or this certificate is actually going to be a certificate with a unique number, okay, which you can go on the Henry Harvin parent website and you can check that number over there, and you will get that you will see your certification is actually valid through American group of teachers. Okay. And then you will get the lifetime membership of the Tefl Academy here. Okay. We also have the LMS portal, okay, where you can take some quizzes and assignments, etc. Okay. And then, as I mentioned earlier, monthly boot camp and weekly community meetings, which are there. Okay. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, unlimited access to multiple trainers. So even that will be there. So all of this for this price, 26,500. And to discuss more about the pricing and the admission, etc., I believe you will get a call from the person who invited you in this meeting. Okay. So if you want to follow us anywhere, so these are some of the links. Okay, we are there on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and also on YouTube. Okay, so if you want, you can follow us there. Okay, guys. So I'm sorry about these scribblings. I believe that someone did it by mistake. Okay. Okay, so that's the upcoming batch. Okay, we have a batch that is going to start on 26th of June, and then the lateral batch is going to start on 4th of July. Okay. And those are the numbers where you can call. So if you want, you can just write down these numbers. Okay. Yes, guys. So, and here on the lower right-hand corner, you see thank you. Okay, so that means this presentation is over from my side, and now I'm finally ready for your questions. Yes. Yes, guys. So if you want to ask anything, you can ask me now.
Okay, sir. Hello. Hi. Excuse me.
Hi.
Yeah. My name is Ashton. I just told you. So, sir, how soon do we have to pay, like the fee?
Yes, yes. I actually take care of the academic needs and stuff. So about the fees and other things, you will receive a call and you can discuss it with that person only. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I don't actually I can't speak on their behalf. Yes.
All right.
But
All right.
other than that, if you have any questions about the academical part, okay, or
Okay.
maybe something about the career, etc., you can ask me now.
All right, that's great. Well, actually, I've been teaching for last maybe like 2-3 years, and like I do have some experience of teaching, but I don't have any certificate. So, like for the certificate, I have to do it, and and I need some knowledge, like information, more information, because there is still room for improvement. So, like I have to do it.
Yes, yes. That's good.
Okay, then.
And as I can hear you, I'm sorry, but I was not able to catch your name. Is your name Ashwin?
Asjad. ASJAD.
Asjad. ASJAD.
Yes,
Asjad.
Asjad. Yeah.
Okay, Asjad. Thank you, man. But I must tell you, like, you have very good and neutral accent, okay? And that's a first sign that you are really working from
Yeah.
last few years, okay?
Yeah.
And
Thank you
definitely
so
a
much for that.
certificate. Yes, yes. A
Actually,
certification will definitely,
yeah.
go
Actually, I'm
ahead.
from UP, Uttar Pradesh, and especially from UP, like people are from UP, they don't have this kind of accent. So, like wherever,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like when I was in Delhi, so at that point of time, they used to ask me that, yeah, how did you get it?
Yeah. You have a very, very neutral accent. Very nice to hear your voice.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. It's my
Cool,
pleasure.
cool.
Okay then.
Yes, so a certification will definitely help you, okay, to
Yeah.
gain more attention of the employers and the students as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay then. I think I need to
Yes,
talk to
Asjad.
them. Yeah, I think I need
Yes,
to
Asjad.
call. Yeah, and then like I need to talk about like fee and all, and then
Mhm.
I'll try to take classes from you.
Yeah. My name is Swapnil. Okay, you should remember that.
All right, all right. As you just said that, yeah, I'm gonna be the teacher, and like there will be other
Mhm.
teachers or like other trainers. They will be teaching you. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I'll be really happy to
Mhm.
learn from you.
Oh, nice, Asjad. Thank you. I'm really glad to hear that.
Okay then.
Thank you,
Okay
Asjad.
then. Okay then. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes. Now we have Aarti, Anjali, Caroline. Okay. Chitra is there. Esther is there. Gayatri, Leena, Medhasri, okay. Meldred, Meldred Fakaki. Hi. And then we have Sajid, Smita, Sonia, Subhrajit, Virender, Visa, Dolly, and Manoj. Yes, guys. Any questions from you? Anything you want to ask, which is related to academics and the job opportunities, etc.?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, this is Sonia this side. Actually, I wanted to know, I joined a bit late because I had some classes and some other works to do. Okay, I joined late and I didn't know. Can you please help me know about the job opportunities after doing the certificate?
Hello, Sonia.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
actually,
can hear you
yeah.
now, but I will.
Okay, fine. I'll repeat it.
Go ahead.
Okay. I actually wanted to know about the job opportunities. I joined late since I had some work. Okay. Can you please help me know if I do this certificate, I do have the certificate, what are the job opportunities?
Mhm. Yes. So you actually have many job opportunities. Okay, let me just take you through this one slide. Okay, in a while. Okay. So are you able to see the screen now? Yes.
Yeah. Opportunities in India and worldwide.
Okay. Yes, so you can see on the top left, okay, you can either work as an IELTS trainer. Okay, so that's one opportunity. Okay, then you can, as I mentioned earlier, okay, you can work as a freelancer, okay, on platforms like Urban Pro, Upwork, and Freelancer, and there are many more platforms these days. Okay, so you just need to create your profile for free on these platforms, and then you make your introductory video for like a minute or two. Okay, and you're set. Okay, and then it depends on your introduction and the number of students they view it, etc. So you definitely will be able to fetch a lot of students, okay, in that mode as well, like working with the help of these applications, okay. And then you can also work as an entrepreneur, as I mentioned earlier during the presentation, by which I mean you can write, you can do the content writing for a lot of websites. Okay, you can write the content for the reading sessions, okay, and for the um, writing material, etc. So you can contribute your knowledge not only as a teacher but as a content writer as well. Okay? And that is another way of employment here in this, like after the completion of this course. And again, after that, you can go for the further studies. You can go for some other courses if you want. So TEFL or TESOL certification, this is the basic, the entry level certificate. Like with this, you will be able to apply for the jobs. You will be able to get the jobs and work and make money. It's all for sure. But if you want to go ahead, if you don't want to stop right there, so you can go for the next course as well. You cannot directly go for the CELTA course or Delta course or any other course, because they're going to ask you like, have you done TEFL before? If not, then the other institute is going to offer you TEFL course. Okay, so upon completion of this course, you can go for the further studies as well. Okay, and the last thing is, okay, which you can see the biggest box over here, you can get a job to work as an English language teacher in kindergartens and in primary school, and also in the elementary school as well. Okay,
Okay.
so upon
So
completion of this course, there are opportunities. Yes, go ahead.
actually, my question was that there are several times I've heard that job opportunities are there online, like abroad, in abroad, right? So we can do the work from home thing, online teaching. Is that true? Do we really get that?
Yes, we have students who are getting that.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
So which countries are you providing? Like, okay, one question was there. There's the Cambridge thing. TKT also you provide, right? Is it so?
No, Cambridge TKT is not being provided by Henry Harvin at the moment. Okay.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yes.
So, is it so that after doing the Tefl course, so I can be eligible to teach since I have done already my B.Ed? Can I be teaching in a Cambridge school in India itself? Will I be?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
Of course. So as you have done the B.Ed course, so they actually call it as the teaching license in other countries. So after
Yeah.
B.Ed course, you can teach, right? So in other countries, it is referred as the teacher's license. Okay. So definitely you have a huge scope after this course. And as you have already completed your B.Ed, okay, so I just want to add to your knowledge, okay, this can be helpful to all the guys, okay, everyone. So previously there was this bias, like they just want to hire the native English teachers and all that stuff, okay. But these days, if you visit the Korean government website, okay, so you will see that there is another note, okay. They say we accept applicants, okay, from UK, US, Australia, Canada, these native countries. And then under that, in italics, okay, they have mentioned that under some agreement, now Indian English language teachers who can qualify for the jobs can also be accepted. Okay, so even the government of South Korea is offering jobs to Indian English language teachers now. So, one of the criteria is you should have the teaching license. Okay, so it's good that if you already have completed your B.Ed, and for those guys who have not completed their B.Ed and etc., not to worry, not to lose heart. Okay, there's still many more opportunities where they do not actually seek, like you must have the D.Ed and all that certificate, and these opportunities are there online. Okay, of course, if you have your B.Ed degree, so you have more opportunities. But if not, nothing to worry. There's still plenty of
Okay.
opportunities
Okay.
there.
One last question.
Yes, I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anya?
One last
Yes, go
question.
ahead.
I've heard that teachers who have done the TEFL course or Tesol course, any which way we can say, no? Okay, they can teach in countries like China and other countries like Korea.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
My
what I'm saying.
question is, okay, my question is, if we are teaching English language in India, so we can use the Hindi words to make the children understand, make the students understand the meaning of that very word which is told in English, right? But I do not understand how we'll be able to make them understand the people speaking Chinese. If I'm teaching them, how will I make them understand the English language, English words?
Okay, so simple thing. I mean, actually, this needs a longer explanation, but I would just like to keep it very short, okay, because of the time constraints. So they actually take 100% exposure to the target language approach. That means, they want the students to know that particular thing, what a particular thing is in English. Okay, so for example, if this is a key and there is a keychain and all that stuff. So they don't want the translation like isko Hindi mein ye bolte hain, fir English mein isko aisa bolna hai. No, they want to introduce that particular object in English with its English name only. And there are going to be some
That's great.
situations where
Because
there are going to be some situations where you will have, in most of the kindergartens and in the primary schools, etc., they provide you an assistant teacher. Okay, so assistant teacher is always going to be the native of China, Thailand, and those countries, and these teachers are always there to assist you with anything.
okay, thank you so much.
Yes, Sonia. So I hope that I answered your question. I'm really sorry I
Yeah.
can't spend much time.
No,
Yes,
it's okay.
guys, do
You
you have any
answered.
other questions?
Hello.
Yes, so more of it. Yes, more of it in the course, Sonia. Yes.
Hello, sir. It's me, Sajid, with you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you repeat your
Sir,
question? Yes, Sajid. Hi.
Yes. Sir, nowadays the basic qualification it will be graduation, right? And
Yes.
in this case, I don't have graduation. I have passed my pre-degree in 1998. So if I attend this course and it will be badly affected me.
No, I don't think so. So you see, definitely there are going to be some limitations. You won't be able to compete with the other teachers who have done their B.Ed and all the other education. Okay, but not to lose heart, you can still work online, or I can say that one of my friend, she moved to Thailand first. Okay, and she spoke in English and she introduced herself like, hey, I'm an English language teacher from India and all that stuff. And the school, they actually gave her a demo lesson. Okay, and based on the performance, all students said like, yeah, we like this teacher and we would like to study from her. And that's how she got the job. And still, no, it's her third year in Thailand, and still no one has asked her about her education qualification and stuff. So you see this, just want to tell you that the audience, okay, like the number of people all over the world who want to learn English is around 1.3 billion. Okay, like the population of the size of our country wants to learn English actively every day. Okay, so for that reason, there are a lot of things happening, we can say, not in a very formal manner. Okay, so there are informal jobs where they don't question you about your degrees and all that stuff. Okay, they just give you a demo lesson. If the students are happy, the school is happy, and you get the job. Okay, so even that can be the case.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, guys, do we have any other question? So yes, I just want to give you guys a number. You can note down. This is a number where you can just call us back if you have any questions in future. Okay, so it's 9015 266 266. Okay, so I have sent this number, guys, on the chat. So please check, and if you have any other questions, you can give us a call. Okay. Okay, guys. So with that, let me conclude. This meeting is over. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Can you repeat
all.
the number? Can you repeat the number, please?
Yes, sir. The number is 9015 266 266.
90.
9015.
One second, please. One.
Yes, it is there in the chat window, by the way.
It's there in the chat. Okay.
Yes. So it's 90
90
15
oh, 15. I see.
266 266.
9015 266 266.
Again,
right?
266. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
266 266. 9015.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, guys, then thank you. Let me conclude this meeting to be over. Thank you for your attendance, guys. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
See you. Bye.